The Horadric Cube. I sat in the inn and Decker Kane told me of the Horadric Cube, an item that would allow me to transmute items, and the items I would need to completing the Horadric staff. The catch was the staff was broken into two pieces. I went and talked to Drogman. He told me theories of where the pieces could be. He mentioned the Far Oasis in the Lost City. I restocked on potions and scrolls and made my way. It was a good thing. I had the Dry Hills waypoint saved on travel time. I walked the blazing desert lands and fought enemies when I needed to. I eventually came to an opening pass to the Far Oasis. I could hear buzzing sounds. I looked in the distance and I saw a black cloud, but not of smoke, but of insects. The whole place was crawling with them. Bugs in the Martian bogs has never bothered me, but insects the size of people was a different story. I'd crush them under my boot if need be. I shot a poison spell at them, didn't seem to affect them very well. I would need to rely on my skeletons for this. I made my way to some broken village for rest, only to be ambushed by a giant beetle. His name was Beetleburst, and a nasty one at that. His electric charges were deadly, and my skeletons were wilted down. I called a full retreat, and my mercenary followed. I saw an opening in the sands. It looked like a giant hole. I delved into it, and my minions followed, looking like it was dug out. I could feel a light sensation of power, like a light breeze. A Horadric item must be here. The tunnels were tight, dim-lit, and covered in goo. Parts of the hallway were shut with slimes. I cut it down and made my way through. I could hear the chattering of beetles and the squeaks of maggots. I listened carefully and made my way through. The tunnels were no place for a skeleton army. I would follow until I came to several openings and made my way down deeper. The last lair was quiet, very too quiet for an enemy base. I slowly crept my way through and saw the biggest maggot. This must be the queen. I could see a chest. The staff must be there. I cut my hand and summoned my blood golem. While I was distracted and my mercenary killed off the other maggots, I summoned my army. We poked and slashed at the queen until she unleashed a frost nova. I managed to duck it, but my skeletons took the blunt force. Not only was it a frost nova, but it was a poison spell too. The acid was eating them away. I opened the chest and took the staff and opened a town portal. I showed Kane, and he got excited at an item that hasn't been seen for hundreds of years. We talked about the other piece and what information Drogman had. I took it to the inn to rest my body, hunting the amulet I would need to find this lost city. How's it going, guys? Hope you guys' Thursday is going good. Getting this video out. Normally I wouldn't do a video today, but because I'm going to be busier later in the afternoon, but I'm doing this earlier in the morning, like almost half an hour earlier than I normally do. So, yeah. You guys will see this around normal standard time as usual, you know, and hopefully you might see it later tonight. It all really depends how busy I am in the afternoon, so. But, as usual, I hope you guys enjoyed the little story in the beginning. And if you haven't checked it out, I did a Mortal Kombat All Fatalities reaction yesterday for some bonus content. So, and even then that got out like really late because I was just completely busy through the entire day, so. I do apologize, but it can't be helped. And thank you to the person who subscribed to my channel. I forgot to mention that yesterday. We got an extra subscriber. So I'm happy about that. Alright. So, we're going to be hunting for that Maggot Lair. Hope you're not squeamish about bugs. No. But after the information Maverick gets from Decker Kane, Far Oasis is the way we go. And even as a Nercomancer, bugs have never bothered him, except until when you get bugs the size of people, that's a different story, you know. I think even the most most manly type of person or strong-hearted woman would be just even a tad little scared of bugs the size of people. Especially if they're coming after you. But as a Necromancer, he's faced death before. Demons and undead, little bugs ain't gonna worry him too much. Especially since I got my skeleton army, so. And this will be a really good place. We did a little bit of grinding. I'm already level 19, so I put one more point into my skeletons, and I put one more point in my poison thing, my poison explosion, which I'm about to be doing right now once I gain my next level later. So. Oh, they're coming out of the middle of the woodworks. What are you doing, dummy? Hate that. Go to click on the bottom and he decides to click on the goddamn enemy. What is this? Sure, I'll leave it up. Oh, that's perfect too. Poison Nercomancer, negative emerald. Ah, there's the beetle burst we were talking about in the story. Except this time we're not running money. Hey, Clayglaw Shield. That's the second time I've actually gotten that. And I think we'll stop putting points in once we reach, I don't know, what, 60 or so? That'll be basically about it. We won't need more points into strength. So now we'll basically be doing, let's see here, 43 to 112. So that'll help out quite a bit in the Maggot Lair. Corpse Explosion still I'm going to use for the close tunnel area, just because it's going to make a lot more sense. Ooh, we're down like 3 skeletons, I just noticed. But Poison Explosion will be more better for the bigger open areas. Come on, where's that? Oh, we got an ass ton of enemies up there. Gentlemen, you might want to pay more attention to the enemies up front. And our skeletons are level 12, so they got slightly a little more HP than me. Scale mail is basically just one upgraded version of ring mail, so we can technically use it, but anything higher than that I'm not going to be bothered using, because it just wouldn't make sense for an actual necromancer to wear such heavy armor. So, sorry, but this isn't Skyrim. Come on, where the hell's that goddamn Maggot Lair at? It's nice for the experience, but I want the goddamn Maggot Lair. I think they say scavengers in the Far Oasis? You gotta be mini boss. What did you drop me? Ugh. Alright, there has to be a second level of this crap, because exploring all that, yeah, second level right there. God damn it. Sometimes you might get a good roll, you don't have to worry about second levels, and sometimes you're gonna have to worry about them. Trying to cram all this in 20 minutes. It's like, I would like to find, oh, perfect. Ask and you receive. Alright. So this is where Maverick's going to have a lot of fun, as he was speaking in the story about being dim-lidded. Small tunnels, not good for a skeleton army, and everything's covered in goo. So this is going to be interesting. I really have to start breaking that corpse explosion already. Come on now. It's ridiculous. It's a little too early to start breaking that corpse explosion. Like I always say, this is the problem with the Necromancer. He's great in big open areas, but when you start getting to places like Maggot Lair and Arcane Sanctuary, he is just absolutely terrible. Because his skeletons only go in one by one, so... And the reason why I'm choosing Poison Explosion in the bigger open areas instead of Corpse Explosion is as good as Corpse Explosion is, it's still only going to do a percentage damage to the front line. So any of the enemies that may be in the back line are not going to be affected by Corpse Explosion because they're not going to be in the radius. So using the Poison one, it'll actually make some more bigger clouds and just slowly wears them over time. So, and then you can hit them with Corpse Explosion if you want. But in close tunnels like this, Corpse Explosion comes in really handy because, you know, they're all going to be crammed into one bottleneck area and I don't have to really worry about them, so. There's like a lot of you. Seriously with this? Come on now. Give it up already. You're not mine. Thank you. Stupid Maggot Lair eggs. Of course, we're gonna have more difficult time than Mavrick did, so. He gets the option to actually avoid enemies. I get the option to actually fight enemies. Which is not really an option. Come on now. I always apologize for the loud clicking, but at this point nothing I can really do. Until I get a more of a quieter mouse again. This time one that doesn't actually break on me. Kind of lackluster on the mana potions there, buddies. Come on now. Yeah, me, give me anything. Shrinkling, gash potions like that, just poison, so we can use them, but that's one of the type of things I rarely ever use in any of my Diablo games. More of this crap. Well, we're at a time limit here. I don't want to go over 20 minutes starting to look for the goddamn level 3. This one takes actually less. Yeah. Actually even takes less mana than Corpse Explosion does. Nothing but a bunch of crap. You give me all these goddamn dead ends. Seriously, this. Of course, it'd be a lot of you turds. Come on, guys. You gotta kill them a little quicker than that. I don't want to have to go back to town to get more mana. Unless I'm completely necessary. Same thing with the Barbarian too. He'll have more of a somewhat of a difficult time, especially if you get nothing but beetles. So be wary of that. Your better ones you're going to have a little more easier time with. It's going to be the Amazon and the Sorceress. Sorceress is going to be a little more squishier, but she has the option to teleport. I'm pretty sure I explained the Amazon walkthrough I did, but the Amazon you have your bow, and you can always switch over to your javelins if you need to. Druid's going to have another difficult one, especially whatever type of Druid you play. If you're doing something like a early Fire Druid, then Molten Boulder is going to be really good for you. But if you choose something like a Summoner Druid, you're going to have a difficult time just like the Nercomancer will be. Who the hell else is there? This? Woo! That's exactly what I'm talking about. The Assassin will have a decent time, especially if you do a Traps and Assassin. Not too many people nowadays even do martial arts. Because it's just really not worth it. And, what the hell is this? Pretty sure. Oh, and the last one's the Paladin. If you do something like a Holy Freeze Paladin, that'll come in pretty handy too. Of course, one time goddamn I need mana. It's even great when you're low. Oh, damn. Even great when you're low on mana too. Because you don't have to worry about that high end need for mana with Corpse Explosion, which right now is taking 15. Speaking of mana, yeah. I can just unleash a giant poison cloud here. It actually will work a lot better than Corpse Explosion will. Some skeletons in there. What are you boys fighting? Come on now. Ooh, Nefer, thank you very much, actually. Neftir will give you Nadir. So, gives you light radius and I think Cloak of Shadows? Something like that. I don't exactly remember. And then it gives you some sort of sass perk, I'm pretty sure. You can find it too. Good 2 Saga Helmet. It's actually pretty worth it. I apologize. Great. I'd rather not be bottlenecked in by my goddamn enemies, thank you. coming from all the goddamn directions. The way I just came from the top, from the bottom, it's like... You can't be kidding me. You guys got that? Alright, let's check up top here real quick. Change design, more goddamn enemies. Oh, you little turds. You're gonna have like a lot more slower pacing in through Maggot Lair. Arcane Sanctuary a little more different. Strictly effective, especially if you stick with Act 1 Mercenary. You're gonna have a little more easier time just because she has the option to actually attack them from a distance and she's not blocked off by walls and corners and stuff like that. So since it's more open. What are you little turds? That's it. Come on, everyone get into the poison party here. Cool. We're actually making decent time too. The question is, how lucky are we gonna get going through here? Not dealing too many enemies. Come on, seriously? A goddamn mini boss? This is the problem right here. These skeletons start getting stuck around the corner. It's goddamn irritating. I'm gonna summon you over there. Come on, kill him off. Exactly the reason why I want. Why is corpse and explosion not working on that? It's interesting. Sometimes you'll get the maggots that'll actually go underground like that, and you can't get by them, and you have to wait for them to come back up. Thanks to the restock on the healing potions that I'm getting an ass ton of. I'm not getting the goddamn mana potions I need. Seriously? Come on, what is going on there? This is ridiculous, guys. I'm just like squeezing here. Damn it, anyway. Summon you there. Screw it. If I get my goddamn skeletons in here to help me out. Golem's not technically really the strongest there. He's just there to absorb the damage. Oh hell, if I have to fight you little turds, I will. I'll get my ass kicked. I have a wand, so that's what to do an ass amount of damage. That's not what I wanted. Entertaining perks of playing the Nercomancer in the goddamn Maggot Lair. And Act 2 being the only act you cannot skip. Which is like, terrible. I doubt that they'll put that in an option in Diablo Resurrect, but... Okay, so we didn't get lucky on that time. Oh, hold on a minute, guys. I apologize, my alarm clock was going off. I always forget to turn the goddamn thing off. What is with this map? Are you kidding me? Yeah, we're on level 3. Like, normally it should be right up here. Or like right up in here. This is an ugly map. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. That's an ugly map. To have it just swirl and zigzag like that is just ugh. Okay, we got lucky. There's not too many enemies actually in here, so that's a bonus. But I mean, seriously, come on now. Where the hell's my guy named Mercenary at? Of course, they're all trapped in here. Alright, cool. Ooh, you dropped me an Elmoon too. One goddamn mana potion. Ah, you cheap. Bunch of cheap pieces, man. Alright, so we got the Horadric staff. Not you, I don't care about. If you want to read in the dialogue and stuff like that, you can check out my Amazon playthrough. There, I pretty much let them just chitter chatter. This one, I pretty much just skipping it, so because I already know what the hell they're gonna say. Small lifer, that actually helps out a lot. We need a better wand. Can we score up a better wand? Drogman, don't let me down, brother. Nope. 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 Golem mastery. No, I'm not using a golem. I'm not making a bone necromancer. A lot of bone necromancer stuff. Drogman, you let me down. But alright, guys, that's the episode. I know, it's my little tiring to watch a necromancer try to fight through a goddamn Maggot Lair in a small tunnel like that, but it can't be helped. I mean, unless you're playing a bone necromancer, then you might have a little more of an easier time, especially when you're using bone spear, and you're gonna have to more rely on your golem. And the problem with that is that once you start getting bottlenecked, like if you're in the Maggot Lair and you're right here and you're fighting enemies over here, you're gonna get me attacked from here and enemies that are coming around this way. And if your golem is, you know, stuck on fighting enemies up here, you're pretty much screwed, you know, and especially if you don't have good resistances. But, you know, not really much you can do with a summon necromancer in that area. You know, Arcane Sanctuary, like I said, it's gonna be a little more easier because I'm gonna have my mercenary with me on that one, you know, but once we get through Act 2, it's gonna be a lot more easier. So either way, like I said, you guys will see this video a little later out tonight, and hope you guys this Thursday's going good. We can stay safe and healthy, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks, guys.